Now what we're gonna go ahead and do is unbox the two amplifiers and get an idea of how we want them to go in there. No surprise, we're going with these guys, mainly because of size, and in this case, the size is small. We want to go with something we know is going to fit in the size we have. So we have the 404, and we're gonna have the 750.1. Now relax, it's silver. Don't worry, it'll be black by the end of the show. We have more blacks coming in, so we're gonna use this as our mock-up amplifier, and then we'll swap it out for the black one in the very end. Let's go ahead and take these over to the car and get an idea of where they're gonna go. So we've come up with a plan for the amplifiers. Let's take a look. Battery in this car is on the passenger side, so the plan is to go up the passenger side with the wiring. We'll go up the passenger side outside along the side here for the power wire. And then all the signal will come up around this way and go up the center of the car so that they are separated from one another. The idea is to mount the amplifiers, the 4-channel towards the back, the mono towards the front. That may flip, I don't know. The idea though is to put the distribution block on the ground, power wires come out, and then fan out to each amplifier. We'll make a piece of plastic that's U-shaped, so the amplifiers just drop in, mount in place, and everything will, you know, be sexy. So that's the plan right now. Now, there is the cover like that goes over it. I've talked to the customer. 90% of the time he's not going to be doing anything other than driving the car, so there'll be no reason to have the cover over it. But when he goes to car shows and stuff like that, he can go ahead and put the cover over it so no one can see those. We just want to make sure there's proper ventilation on these, and also that they're out of the way so that he can use what little space he has in the trunk. So that's the plan for right now. We're going to go ahead and get a tape measure, get some paper, take some measurements, cut some plastic, bend some plastic, you know, fun stuff like that. I got crap on my face. We had a little change in plans as far as what we wanted to do for the amplifiers. I've been kind of messing with that a little bit, and we've come up with a different idea. Originally, we were gonna put him in that back corner, which was cool. And then he decided, you know what, I'd really like to see him. It's like, okay, let me show you what we have here for room. This is the space right here. This area right here, that's it. That's what you have because the top goes in, the subwoofer box is in the back. So there's not a lot of room. So what we've come up with so far is a 4-piece amp rack that's going to hold all these things. Now the top piece is this guy right here. This is some 1/2 inch. We're gonna mount the amplifiers like this. They're gonna sit basically just like that on this piece, and this will be covered in a material. And then underneath it is going to be this guy. It's gonna sit on this. And then we have 2 more pieces here, which I'm just getting ready to router out this part right here, because we don't need this area. This is where all the wiring is gonna go. And this is 2 more pieces, so that's 1 inch thick. So I'm gonna remove that part of it right now, and I'll be right back. Here's the roughed out version of essentially what we come up with. This is a hole for all the wiring to come out. The amplifiers will sit over the holes and be suspended up about 1/2 inch. The 2 power wires will come into the distribution block and then go back out. We have a gap here, so there's plenty of room for the wires to run underneath, and then the signal will go up the center console and the power will go down the passenger side as we talked about. Now we're going to go ahead and cover these with some stuff, whatever I got laying over here. Here is our amp board, all covered. So we did some suede here. This is carpet, vinyl carpet, and then we put some yellow accents in it. Now we're to that time. We have to get these amplifiers all mounted up. The amp rack is finally finished. We have the two amplifiers mounted. Like we said, all the wires tuck up underneath. Here is the distribution block with our ground side and our power side. This is the new Stinger marine wire, this stuff right here. This is 2 4-gauge. It's their high performance line. It's 100% copper, very heavy. It comes in 2 lengths right now, like a 20 foot and like an 8 foot. For this, we grabbed the 20 footer. The reason why we did that is because it's a Corvette. More like a boat than anything. But even though it has a frame, you have to get to it. And a lot of the times, it's very difficult to do that. In this case, we figured it would just be easier to run a power and a ground. Now, most of the time, you'd run equal length power, equal length ground, 2 wires, but now that Stinger has this makes it really nice. Now this is going to be helpful for a lot of things. So like the Fords with the aluminum chassis, if you're worried about grounding points and you're doing a big system, well, you can use the marine wire now and do equal length power and ground. So that's why we chose this stuff. The fact that it's yellow is kind of nice, but the car's yellow, but you won't actually see it because we put heat shrink over it. So if you have a boat or a Corvette or a Ford and you want a double run of 4-gauge, check it out. This is done. I'm going to get it over into the car so that we can start getting these wires situated, ran, all that fun stuff. Well, the easy part's done. The amplifiers are in and mounted, so let me show you what I did. This piece of plastic right here that you were wondering what the heck that was sticking off of there's a bolt right here, drilled a hole, there's a nut right here. This is holding it, but then when the cover goes back over it, it rests up against this whole piece of plastic, and then this will just keep this guy right where it needs to be in the car. Now we still need to run this. This is the sub wire. This will get tucked up all in there. I just wanted to give you guys an overview of what's going on. Fernando is running the power wire here. We just had to pull out the seat belt to get it to go up underneath it, because obviously this is some big stuff. I think this would make some pretty jumper cable, don't you?
Oh, definitely.
So as you can see, it's a 20-foot run, so we're gonna have a lot extra.